The easiest way to publish your book is to get a literacy agent, and I personally know an author who did not have a literacy agent and went to one of the smaller publishing houses that pretty much accepts almost anyone, and he was not satisfied with their work whatsoever, and he is not planning on going back there with his next book. The only thing they did for him was print the book. There was no promotion whatsoever. Obviously, going to an easy publisher isn't always the best thing because they aren't confident in your work, and you want a publisher who is picky, because if they're picky, then if they choose you, you're obviously gonna do good in their world of publishing. When an agent submits work to a publisher, there are already past bonds between that publisher and that agent. So when the publisher gets another submission of work from that agent, and let's say the agent submitted a book last time to them and it became a bestseller. So when the agent submits work again, the publisher will be like, hey, maybe this will be another bestseller. With all that said, you still need to know how to find an agent, because before you write them a query letter, you gotta know where to find the agent. At this website, you can search by genre and by topic, and it'll give you just a list of agents. You can click on links. It'll tell you their special interests, what they cover, what they don't cover. Sometimes it will give you their past clients, which is always a good thing to look at. It'll say whether or not they are a member of the AAR, which is Association of Authors Representation, Inc. The website also has publishing advice. So even if you aren't looking for an agent, or maybe you have no clue what the heck you're doing and you don't have time to wait for these videos to become published, because I'm obviously a little slow with. The website also has amazing publishing advice that I myself have read, and I hope you guys will read too, because it's really helpful. There's stuff on query letters and just the basics of publishing. There are also blogs like Chuck Sambuchino, and I know I butchered your name right there. What he does is that he interviews literacy agents, and it'll pretty much tell you, oh, this agent is interested in this genre, they like that type of stuff. So when you read the interviews, you know exactly who would be interested in your work and who wouldn't. He not only interviews literacy agents, but he also just blogs about writing, and it's a great thing to look at when you need to be inspired. And then there's this book. It is The Writer's Market, and I have the 2011 edition, and there's also a 2012 edition. Obviously, I don't own it. It gives you the basics of query letters, publishing, and a whole bunch of awesome stuff, and that's just in the first few pages. Obviously there are a few thousand pages. I highly recommend this. It can be a little expensive because it's a gigantic book, but it will be worth it. It also gives you a list of agents and what they are interested in. Here's a sample page. They've gone through and highlighted any of the agencies that at all went with my book. I've maybe contacted 3 of the maybe 20 I've highlighted, so I need to work on that. It tells you how to contact them, what their terms are for payment, which obviously only happens if they sign a book for you and it gets published. And even if you aren't looking for an agent, say you're looking for a publisher, they also have that. So they have book publishing, they have different contests, they have magazines. It's all in here, and it's all nice and organized, so you can go through that. This book is for everyone, whether you're writing for a magazine or you're writing a novel. It can be, or you're just entering contests. Don't even bother submitting a query letter to an agent if you don't follow their guidelines, because I am 99% sure that they have someone else that goes through their emails and letters and takes the junk letters that don't follow the format that you are given and just pushes them to the side, and the agent will never even make eye contact with that piece. So if you send a letter to an agent that doesn't follow their guidelines, that it clearly states on the website, then you're just wasting both yourself and that agent's time. So don't bother. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for future videos.
You're like a drug that I just can't kick. I give you up and it makes me sick.